for the sides who finished outside the top two, which were, I believe, France and England, to make it through to an exchange. As Ireland
had a fantastic score there, just coming in from Alex Birrell there. Carl Birrell coaching on the far side, be proud of that one. That was a really lovely move, ending in a score, and let's see if Scotland can reply.
But as I was just saying, it's great that these players still get the chance to progress through to the top end of the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives them that option to continue their journey. They're not just knocked out early. They get a chance to have a go at the guys from the other pool.
And it's Scotland on the charge. It's Tom Travis-Smith. Round to the left goes McIntosh. Caught at the 7. Laid back for Travis-Smith. First chance of the game for the Scottish side. Travis-Smith, good pick-up. Winding away to the open side. Suddenly it opens up. Lachlan Craigie goes over. Scotland have equalised at the first time of asking. Seb Pace alongside me here. Well, tell us about this under-15 side. That's a great score to get things level. How do they feel about playing the host of the competition?
I think they'll be feeling good because they've played against us before. They've done really well, and I think they'll be high as a kite right now. Just replied to a good Irish squad, and yeah, I think they should just keep up the intensity.
How did they get on against the under-18s?
Good.
Obviously, of course, you're expecting a bit of imbalance there, but a perfect warm-up for them. And if they can give you lot a game, then I'm sure they could give anyone at the under-15 category a good fixture. This is one of Ireland's strongest sides in the competition, this mixed 15s. They looked really bright yesterday when I watched them over on field 1. Missed out this time, good Scottish defence, but well, at this stage, what we're hoping is tight games across the board.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see even hands here. It's nice that we're 1-1 already. Ireland just being called back there, and Scotland have another 6.
Scarisbrick, whose older brother's part of that under-18 squad as well, lifted off the deck by Darcy Sutherland. And wheeling away goes Rory Gordon. Gordon makes some good yards there, all the changes made, so Scotland ready to attack through Edward Renwick. Oh, slipping the net, it's Ewan Redpath. Redpath, desperate for support. Oh, it's just through the outstretched fingers of Rory Gordon. But what a chance for Scotland. And after one successful shutout, they go all the way through and almost score a second.
Yeah,
Andy,
great chase there from Killian Doyle there at 5, really hunting him down behind that try line, forcing that pass maybe earlier than he'd like to have taken, and then ball to ground.
Ollie, I saw you light up there when Redpath went through, so close to putting Scotland ahead.
Yeah, I was a bit unfortunate there. I just lacked a little bit of composure in the red zone, but it's a great turnaround to get all the way up the pitch in a short amount of time. And I think next time with a bit more conciseness and a bit more focus, I reckon they could get another score off the scoop. It's been quite effective.
It was Ireland looking to scoop through that time, but Alex Birrell was caught. Up to make the touch there, Elijah John Rangatawa. Good drive from Emmy Gribben. And they head towards the box. Scotland are going to make changes on the front foot. Renwick feeds it inside for Craigie. Takes the touch. Tom Travis-Smith. Well, dunks right to the line and lovely ball across. Craigie whips it out wide, and there's a conversation to be had here, although the
on-field decision is try, and it's given. That's good work from the Scots there.
Good finish on the far side as well, and it needed some finishing. Excellent take. Sophie Glenn goes over, and Rangatawa can bring it forward for Ireland, who go behind.
Oh, good yards.
By Chambers. Chan, still Chan. Caught back and brought to the 7. Robin Somerville, who's also got a sibling in this competition. Tamati Rangatawa hands it back off to Anthony Chan. Rangatawa wheels through.
And she stepped back.
Well, it's a try. Tamati Rangatawa with a fine finish. And we're level again. Well, I thought this might be a tight game, but if it keeps up at this rate, we're in for a real treat.
Yeah, no, let's see the pace keeping up at this level. After a long day, it's nice to see that they've still got fuel in their tanks.
Off goes Gribben. Gordon runs through at first receiver. Makes good yards. Touched by McLaughlin, but Scotland up to the 7. Redpath. Well, this time he hands it off. Redpath on the loop, but Gordon caught.
Yeah, good touch there by Millie Kenny there. A girl link on the far side.
And a good high press from Ronan McLaughlin, and Ireland have it back. Where we're at that stage of the competition where the hosts, Ireland, are hoping as many sides as they have in the competition can progress. As Glenn makes the touch, and this is one of them that they have high hopes for. Killian Doyle with a good carry.
Oh, nice hands there, keeping the ball alive.
Good pick-up. Scotland on the retreat. Elijah John Rangatawa assesses his options. Birrell, wide pass, always flying over the head of Keelan O'Brien. Ollie, good defence from Scotland, and a lot better. That's 2 shutouts in a row now, and things have just settled a bit.
Yeah, it's a great shutout. They're really composed on defence, really well-drilled team, and good to see. Hopefully they get a few more stops at the West Venenza end game and they can build up some scores.
Well, good drive from Scotland, and it's just clattered off an Irish player on the retreat. Molly Quinn in the way. I think we're just going to continue to play here through Scotland's Lachlan Craigie. Good carry again by Travis Smith. Craigie, whose proud father is stood at all times on the bank of the hill here. What a ball!
Oh.
Flashed across by Travis Smith.
Just picking out the hole really nicely there. And then a great finish.
Huge gap opened up in the Irish defence. Fast work from Scotland to exploit it. And, well, they take the lead again. Up into the path of... Oh, that's a hard touch from Chambers, I think. But we're going to roll on here. Nice footwork from Chan.
He's up and alive again.
Chan still going. Finally caught. Tamati Rangatawa, try score already. Chan. Laid back for Summerbell, and then Rangatawa looking to ride the challenge, but he's caught and walked back to the 7 again. Scotland hold firm. A shutout here would be a big moment. Chan whips it wide. Good ball on the inside. Chan almost away. Touch made by Noah Scarisbrick. Scotland keep them out. That's a statement, really, given how the game's gone so far, to deny Ireland a scoring opportunity like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ireland were looking very much on the forefront there. They were trying to keep the ball alive, being creative, and that's what we like to see at this level, particularly mixed 15s, being more creative, not just playing patterns because they're told to, playing what's in front of them.
Lateral movement from Scarisbrick. Gets the changes on for Scotland. Around comes Rory Gordon. Nice footwork. Gordon away from 2. Draws the touch. And now Scotland have the host back pedalling. Redpath up to the 7. Finds the path. One more should do it. But Rory Gordon throws the offload. Hook, line and sinker. And Scotland are through. And they're up by 2 tries now. And this is a big performance in the face of very decent home support. But,
but I think Ireland would like to see a quick reply to this. They've been looking quite strong, but it's always difficult when you go 2 down. Your kind of head gets out of the game if you're not careful. I want to see Ireland on the front foot now.
A new pod on, looking to threaten the Scottish line. It's Killian Doyle. McLaughlin. Doyle again. Draws the touch. They've got to create something from here. Off goes Doyle. Sliding through. Doyle picks out McLaughlin. And the score is given. Great work from Killian Doyle and Ronan McLaughlin out there in the middle together.
Yeah, and that's what we needed, really. A quick reply to that, narrowing that gap again. And we've got fresh legs on now. Let's see if they can D this set out.
Early stages here, Seb. How are the nerves on the Scottish side?
It's like feeling good about it. But then also playing the Irish, they're always tough. I've played them twice now, and each time it's a difficult game. But the Scotland side's well drilled, and if they keep playing with the intensity right now, they've got a really good chance at coming away with this game.
Nice work from Blair Dougal in there. Hot stepper off the right boot. But a high press from the Irish puts a stop to it for now. Frankie Connor searching again for Noah Scarisbrick on the wrap. Good defence from Ireland.
Yeah, I think they'll be pleased with that one, keeping another set out. And then hopefully we have a good, strong platform now for another attack.
Carried on by Elijah John Rangatawa. And here come the changes for Ireland. Scotland stay as they are. Touch made on halfway. They'll have a couple more tries at this Scottish line. Down on the 10 from Tamati Rangatawa. And this is a great pick-up from Chan. Looking for the switch. Goes himself. Good read by Frankie Connor.
And that's half court there, so it's a turnover. Had a touch in hand there. Not sure whether I'd have taken the touch and then reset them.
Not sure he knew how close Connor was. I'm sure if he spotted the Scottish defender, he would have taken a different course of action. And it's Connor this time caught by Chan in response. And this is a little bit disjointed in the transition, and Ireland will smell opportunity here if they can turn it over. Rory Gordon gets them out of trouble with a lovely offload to Redpath.
That's touch 4 before the halfway line. I think Ireland will be pleased with that. They're scooping from there and caught.
Ewan Redpath forced to turn it over, and it's back in the hands of Anthony Chan, who's going to play half hit and feed Rangatawa. Ireland head towards the box. Acceleration from Robin Somerville all the way to the edge. Eventually caught by Glenn. Scotland still just one try ahead here. Ireland most recently crossed the white line, and we'll hope the momentum's with them. Doyle. McLaughlin. Good pick up from Doyle. And he turns on the afterburners. Doyle into the end zone, and he finds a pass. And Ireland have equalised. Killian Dawes changed the game for Ireland. And that's 2 quick tries to get them level again. Finished off in the end, I believe, by Cooper So.
A lot of support there from the Irish end. I think they're very happy with that. And let's have another D set, solid D set here. Scotland going forwards.
Lola Orr, the second carry, little hitch kick. Tom Trevor Smith. Nice ball on the inside for Criggy. Trevor Smith off the deck for McIntosh. Yeah. Over the top for Glenn, but forward pass.
Yeah, no, it's off the mark for Craigie, actually. Just that extra step, I think, unfortunately, in the middle there.
Good spot.
The ref moved quite early. Sometimes they move before they blow the whistle, which can be confusing for the players. But she was confident in her decision.
Ireland head to the box again. Driven on by Elijah John Rangatawa, who's up over halfway. Good high press from Scotland. Craigie makes the touch. Here's his opposite number, Anthony Chan. Tussling with Trevor Smith. Off goes Tamati Rangatawa. Final touch made by James McIntosh, and Scotland do have it back. Well, Ollie, pegged back level again. Still a long way to go in this game, but it's too close to call, isn't it?
Yeah, very end-to-end, good attack play from both teams. Just hopefully that Scotland can obviously come away with it and move on to the next stage.
Which would be a huge semi-final.
Oh, what a great diving touch there. Fantastic touch.
Stop from Rangatawa to really halt the momentum of Noah Scarisbrick. But here he is off again. Scarisbrick all the way through. Crowded out by green and white. Fantastic defence. Referee has a conversation to have with the Irish players, and I think it's going to be for a penalty for Scotland. Well, it's Chan who has been perceived to have made the mistake, and that spares Scotland's blushes. Frankie Connor. Connor on the return. Goes himself. Good read by Anthony Chan, making up for his previous error.
A ref still talking to him, so making sure he knows what she's thinking. Keeping him moving up.
Now Daisy Fox wants it back, but to the open side they go. Floated beautifully across, but the pass just undercooked the touch. And Glenn couldn't keep a hold.
That's nice pressure though from Ireland there. They managed to scramble their way out to be under it as well. So even if she'd caught it, I think she'd have got touched.
So close. Such fine margins here as Glenn does make the touch. And Ireland work their way towards halfway. Doyle back onto the field. Show and go! Doyle's through again! Hat-trick of assists if he can find a green and white shirt. Oh, it's a touch in the air on
and
McLaughlin.
off the back line.
Great defence from Scotland. Outstanding from Noah Scarisbrook. And he saved a certain score. But I think Ireland is still going to have a stab at the Scottish line from here. McLaughlin again. Flew through the air as the touch came in. And Scotland have rebuffed Ireland in fine fashion. Finally, Cillian Doyle has been denied. And Scotland survive. Oh, Seb, that could have been a big moment in the game. But Scotland still hold firm.
Yeah, I think they did really well. Kept really calm and composed on their line, even with lots of pressure from the Irish. A good scoop through. But they just stuck to their policy and defended it well. They're back on the attack now, and I think with a lot of momentum going, they might have a score coming.
Excellent scoop through. Off goes Redpath again. Redpath in acres of space. Rory Gordon. The first there for Scotland. And another conversation to be had with the referee to the Irish players, but the try is given and Scotland take the lead again.
And I think that's what's so dangerous about this Scottish tide. That fifth touch was on the halfway. He scooped from there, just turned on the afterburners and then found his man.
Ewan Redpath got a bit of Cameron about him. That's fast feet. Big step off the right boot from Elijah John Rangatawa. Samuel Walsh lays it back. A collective groan goes up on Heckle Hill as Liam christened it yesterday. Alex Birrell in control in the middle with Rangatawa with the Elijah John variation. Whips it wide from Birrell. Clean take. And Keelan O'Brien is over. Fine ball from Birrell. And we're all square again.
Yeah, it was a great 32 platform that they set up there, and then it was just a case of picking up the ball and looking up, seeing the winger in the space, and then getting that great long ball away, which we don't often see at mixed 15s.
Off goes Scotland, still plenty of time in this first half for them to make things happen. Touch made on Daisy Fox. Here's Connor again. Fox round the corner. Oh, just off target there as they look to strike. It's moments like that that remind you that this is under 15s rugby. The quality is just so high.
Yeah, but also what I find fascinating about mixed 15s is this change in sizes. You've got a variety at 15 of size. Some of the children have had their growth spurt, others haven't. You've got girls and boys out there, and all there just playing proper physical touch.
Good scoop again from the danger man, Cillian Doyle. But that time his pass can't find its target. And Scotland have it back. Laid back by Frankie Connor. Fox up to halfway. Blair Dougal all the way to the touchline. Rory Gordon. Redpath looking to scoop again. This time he picks out Renwick. And this time Redpath will get underway. Renwick. Comfortable defence this time from Ireland, even if they had to give up a fair few metres.
Yeah, just comfortable and confident. Sometimes giving an extra yard, but making sure you've got the touch is the right decision.
Our first of two knockout games, of course, this afternoon. Up next, it's Wales taking on Portugal and the boys under 18s. But there's still so much to unfurl here in this Ireland-Scotland clash. Nice carry from Birrell. Weaving inside and out is Samuel Walsh, but touch made.
Now Ireland quick to reset there, getting their defence set.
There goes the hooter. Looks like we're going to go into the break. All level. Flying touch from Elijah John Rangatawa will bring this first half to an end, but it has not disappointed. What a game we've got on our hands here in our first knockout tie of the Atlantic Touch Cup 2025. In this under-15s qualification game with a place in the semi on the line, there is nothing to separate Scotland and Ireland. Well, we'll be back in just a few moments' time with 20 minutes still to go in this monumental Celtic clash. Second half soon to get underway here. Scotland and Ireland locked up level with 20 minutes to go in this under-15 mixed tie.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. We've got the Scots who seem to be able to go from anywhere on touch 5 and score against the Ireland who are being more creative down near the line. So different styles of play, but yeah, all locked out here.
Seb and Ollie from the under-18 squad also with us from a Scotland side of things, and pleased with what you saw in the first half, Seb.
I think there was a lot of intensity from both sides. Both teams really want this win, want to go on to the semi-final. I think that's about it, to be honest. Like, they're both just really going for it, and they know there's a lot on the line.
That's exactly what's at stake. As you said, Seb, here, and it's Scotland who will have the first drive of the second half. It's the voice of Craigie Senior you can hear there. His father has been standing for all 20 minutes of the tie on the side of the hill here. And indeed, it's a ferocious Scottish report on Heckle Hill here on the mound ahead of our front row seats here of field 2. Off we go then. Scotland take the first touch of the second half, and it's regathered by Edward Renwick. Gordon, Renwick. Gordon again. Flying onto it comes Redpath. A key figure in this Scottish side. Caught by Samuel Walsh. Rory Gordon. Edward Renwick. Good pick up from Gordon. Trying to step on the inside of the Irish defence, but he is caught. Not a bad first defensive set from Ireland.
No, I think they'll be happy with that, and then they're making good yards here, getting towards their box. That's good yards. Players flooding onto the pitch now.
Well, you picked out the brothers Rangatawa at the break as players to watch out for here, and they've both got a part to play as Tamati Rangatawa takes it on here. Oh, and he slips the net away from Gordon, but Gordon scrambles back to make the touch. Well, it was an excellent prediction you made there. I just wanted everyone else to know that you'd made it, Anthea.
Yeah, no, it's been great to watch them, and the flair that they play with is so good. They're not quite making it back that time, but yeah, I think that they are ones that the Scottish should be a little bit alarmed when they get the ball.
There's a couple of flying Scots out there in the meantime. Redpath amongst them, Gordon as well, operating well in the centres, but it's Sutherland off the deck here. And Lachlan Criggy enters the fray. McIntosh, Criggy, Travis Smith. Travis Smith just drifting away from the Irish defence. And it's a quick snipe from McIntosh, who slides over himself. But of course he was the half.
Yeah, sometimes in the excitement you get the ball and you see the line and that white line fever kicks in. Nobody does it on purpose, but you always feel a bit of a fool afterwards.
Of course, if anyone is tuning in who is new to the game of touch, then you must know the scrum half, or half as it's referred to, cannot score, which is why you often see them running around in the try area, desperately looking for a pass. And unfortunately, McIntosh crashed over there. Well, an immediate apology from Anthony Chan as he laid his hands onto McIntosh, and it is a reversal as well due to that intervention. Oh, in response, absolute run over there by McIntosh, but they'll keep the play going here through Travis Smith. Criggy.
Yeah, drawing the Irish defence out well there.
Criggy lays it back. Travis Smith on the run. Tom Travis Smith slides in unopposed. Doyle can't get down, and Scotland take the lead. Well, Ollie, that's a great try, but the physicality's just stepped up a notch, hasn't it, in this second half?
It's a great response from a bit of a white line fever of the face before, but yeah, I think both teams are getting a bit really up for this game now and starting to get a bit physical, and heavy touches on each other, flying all over the place.
Exactly what we love to see, though. Even at this level, the passion is so evident as Walsh takes it forward, and it's Elijah John Rangatawa. Finally, Alex Birrell. Birrell and Rangatawa, what a pairing for Ireland here, and it is Birrell sliding in.
But touch was just made there.
One
He's
more
disappointed
touch to
with
defend
that.
here.
And that's Sana Tanzi there, the ref, explaining what she's seen.
She's saying, I don't care who your father is. You shan't talk to me like that. Rangatawa, Birrell, trying to flick it round the corner, but last touch calls for desperate measures. Scotland are penned back as far from their own box as they can be. So not the nightmare result for Ireland. And 2 touches, and they're still hemmed inside their own half. Here goes Rory Gordon, searching for space. Good hunt from Rangatawa. Renwick up to the Irish 10-metre. Here goes Redpath again. Great hands. What a grab from Gribbin, but can't go the full length, and that's a full set of touches used up there.
Yeah, it was a great touch there from Samuel there, number 10.
Sam Walsh.
Yeah.
As Rangatawa takes the first,
Unfortunate.
but it's a turnover. Seb, Scotland have to use this kind of field position.
I think they need to not panic on the line, keep their composure and not waste touches or do anything too risky when they've got a set of 6 to use.
And indeed, Gordon burns the first, but there's still plenty in the chamber here for Scotland. Rory Gordon. to the open side. Space opens up for the wing. Redpath, oh, it's put down. Maybe Redpath clung on to it there a second more than he needed to, but again, the margins are so fine, even at under 15 level.
Yeah, I think that Ireland were pleased about that, getting themselves on, fresh legs on, fresh heads on, trying to get themselves through this
Glenn
Scottish
makes
fence.
3
Great
touches
yards
on the bounce as she retreats back on the Scottish wing. Here's Rangatawa, Chan. Switch on the inside. Ball put down, unfortunately there. Louis Chambers just a metre or so short from his support man. So Scotland restart. Darcy Sutherland.
And Louis Chambers up there now to make that touch, having wronged his wrong.
Rangatawa flying up in the meantime. Scotland take a tumble. Down goes Renwick. And a penalty has been given. There was a sarcastic groan from the Scottish players to our left-hand side. I'm not sure you really did think that was going to be given, though.
No, I didn't think it was too bad a touch. I think if the ref had seen something that I hadn't, obviously, because we're up on the hill. But I think it was a fair call, as there was a bit of physicality to it. So.
But Scotland, unfortunately, can't make that advantage count. Ball dislodged, and Ireland have it back. So as Theo Edwards likes to say, the touch gods always intervene and level things out.
Absolutely, I think. But maybe they've intervened again.
Scotland have it back. Huge moment in the game for them.
Right, Ireland really need to keep this one out now.
Well, the last time Scotland went 2 tries up, it took almost right up into the last minute of the first half for Ireland to level things. Tom Trevis-Smith picks out Lachlan Craigie. Craigie driving on. Off the deck from Lola Orr. Nice step. Trevis-Smith puts it on the inside. And Lola Orr goes over. But it's a penalty. No try given, unfortunately, there. Scotland remain just 1 point ahead. And off to the races goes Robin Somerville. This game feels like it's on an absolute knife edge.
Yeah, and I think, little mistakes creeping in there. Incorrect roll ball. Just unfortunate for Ireland, they were making good yards.
It's another Scotland penalty. Surely they'll rue this as a missed opportunity if they can't convert. Tom Trevis-Smith. Lachlan Craigie looking for some support. Darcy Sutherland takes it on. Cooper So makes the touch. Scarisbrick skirts away. Glenn racing into the corner. What a touch. Across came Cherise Brennan.
So that'll be Saoirse.
Thank you, Anthea. Brennan makes the touch. Scotland still have it. Took a gamble on that. It was a bit of a 50-50.
That's the thing when you're commentating on the Irish team.
That's why you're here, Anthea, outside of your endless touch knowledge.
With a daughter called Aoife, we struggle all the time.
Frankie Connor finds a pass. I think surely the touch was made from there. Back to the 7 goes Scotland. Connor. Slow ball for Scotland. Dougal off the deck. Frankie Connor. Dougal on the run. What a step, but Dougal falls just short. Time is running out for Scotland in this attack, but they still hold a 1-try lead. Connor. Fox. Connor round the corner. Goes himself. Sutherland held the winger out wide, so the space opened up for Scotland to score another. Frankie Connor with what could be a crucial try.
Yeah, I love the hands from Daisy Fox then to link, to take it, and then feed him on the wrap there. And that was just great to see her participation in that one.
Rangatawa looking for an instant response, but there's a tumble on the deck and a turnover. Ollie, how big a score might that be for the consequences of this knockout tie?
Yeah, lovely move, lovely score in the corner. Yeah, that could be quite pivotal now because we're getting to the latter stages of the game, and if we build a lead here, it could be all over for Ireland.
Another physical touch. There's been a few on either side. Samuel Walsh is receiving a stern talking to, but a penalty
it's
is all the
sometimes
result.
difficult when you're coming in fast and they're going to the side of you. They step you, you make that contact, and they're just a bit off balance. It's not always malicious. In fact, it rarely is malicious. Just happens to disrupt play too much, causing a penalty.
Tom Travis-Smith. Craigie on his inside. Great pass off the deck for McIntosh. Away. Oh, beautiful hands. Lola Orr has sealed it. Over goes Sutherland. Well, first it was Daisy Fox, and now Lola Orr. Stunning hands from Scotland's links. And that's what might separate the sides when all is said and done. Sutherland goes over in the end. She was the dummy last time as Connor went crashing over. This time she gets her score. Ireland need to respond quickly here. But Seb, what about those hands from Lola Orr?
I think that was brilliant play. Good good spot for the space in the corner instead of trying to get through by herself. It was a great play by drawing in the defender and making sure the winger actually had the space to score.
Huge moment for Scotland.
And there's the reply from
But
Ireland.
an important reply. Well, the silence was heard around the stadium here, and that's a big moment because that keeps Ireland in the contest. And at the risk of losing track, Scotland up by 2 in my books.
That's what I think.
Forward goes Emmy Gribben. Gribben again with the carry. Gordon, nice ball inside. Renwick in behind. Redpath loses the hands. Lyle, it's another for Emmy Gribben. There's a conversation to be had here. And back goes Scotland to the 7. Scotland lead by 2 tries, and it's slapped down by Ronan McLaughlin. Fresh set of 6 coming. Well, Ireland now playing against Scotland and the clock. Scotland can just burn these touches and keep the hosts penned in. That could be enough. But they want more than that from here. It's Rory Gordon. Gordon gets it back again. Throws the dummy. But Ronan McLaughlin has kept his receipt.
Yeah, Ireland getting tighter and tighter in defence now, opening up that open side now. If they look up, let's see what they do.
Gordon wants it back, but it's Redpath instead, who skips away. Important touch by Millie Kenny. The tension around this ground is palpable. Ireland have to get a wriggle on here. Ronan McLaughlin leaves it instead for Killian Doyle. And Doyle heads to the box. There's some tired legs out there after a long
nice
few days
there.
of touch rugby. Doyle steps around Glenn, but it's tracked by Redpath, and back comes Glenn to make the touch. Great recovery. Kenny. Birrell. Kenny at half. Here's Rangitawa. Looking to open it up. Here's Walsh. Walsh sells the dummy and flies through to score.
And what a great score from Ireland there. In the the girl wing there, hanging out wide, being the option, meant the show and go could really be convincing.
Keenan O'Brien, hat-trick hunting, kept the winger occupied and allowed Samuel Walsh to fly through.
Underestimated wingers sometimes. Even just holding that ground gives the space.
Fine margins here with little time remaining. Craigie. Tom Travis-Smith, what a ball that is, into the path of McIntosh. Halted at the 7. Tom Travis-Smith directing traffic.
And the sweep's coming now.
Around comes McIntosh. But Craigie through the hole! And is that the game? Lachlan Craigie keeps Ireland at arm's length. Scotland may well be through to the semi-final.
Yeah, that was a lovely play there. Ran the sweep. Ireland tracked the sweep. Nice pick up. Back against the grain.
Ollie, is that enough to get Scotland over the line?
want to make a prediction, but I think if we can get our stops right and kind of drag them away from their sub box, we can kind of put some more pressure on and hopefully see it out.
That sounds like a prediction, Ollie. We'll wait to see what unfurls. Off go Scotland in defensive duties now instead. Good carry from Kenny. That's a harsh touch, if I've ever seen it.
Well, they've just had one penalty for a hard touch. I don't think he's going to give a second penalty at this point.
Good sell, at least, from Kenny. Here's McLaughlin. Doyle. McLaughlin steps on the inside. Needed Killian Doyle there to hit the hole. But a bit of a miscommunication. Scotland have it back.
No, I'm back in Irish hands again now. There was offside there from the Scottish players. And Ireland get another 6 on the line.
McLaughlin. Doyle. Big step off the left boot and flies through to score. And the game is still on.
Yeah, I think if I was Scotland now, I'd be looking to keep ball in hand. A quick tap off there from Scotland.
Well, this is a chance to certainly steal the game because the clock is ebbing away at every moment. Nice hands. Glenn caught by Brennan again. Gordon,
And there's
ball on
that
the
sweep
inside.
again, pick up.
This time Gordon goes to the open side. The link hole is there. Covering touch comes across.
That's Samuel Walsh making a cracking touch there.
Renwick denied. Game on for Ireland still. Rangitawa takes on Gordon. Looks for the harsh touch and gets it. Ireland need another try. Penalty and a forced sub. Well, Ireland won't waste any time. They're playing against 5 for the moment. And now Trevor Smith enters the fray. Lovely winding run on the outside from Quinn. Brought back to the half. Elijah John Rangitawa. Replaced by Tamati. Here's Tamati Rangitawa.
5th coming now.
Chan. Oh, and they just crisscross with each other there. And now Rangitawa has some work to do. Hail Mary pass, well held, but Glenn makes the stop. We are moments away from Scottish victory. Renwick, Travis Smith up to the 10-metre. Scotland box. Off goes Craigie. Craigie over halfway. Stops short of the 10. Here's Gordon. One more would seal it. McIntosh. He's all the way through. McIntosh picks out Gordon. There's great cover there for Ireland. A coming together of some substance there, but it needed to be the case in order to stop that score. Gordon straight back to his feet.
Yeah, Sana, the ref, actually having to duck to get out of the way of that one.
And it is Irish possession at the end of the day. But do they have time to get down the end and really trouble Scotland here? Chan. Great pressure from Gordon. Chan over the top. Nice darting run up to the 10, but Scotland have defended this very well. Ronan McLaughlin gets
Nice
away
step
from McIntosh, but not from Glenn. Penalty. A lifeline for Ireland.
Can they make use of it, though? Come on, Ireland.
So, Doyle. McLaughlin. It might be over. That might be it. One touch would do it. McIntosh is there. Ball is off the field. Scotland have done it. The hosts have fallen in their first knockout live here on field 2. A fantastic performance by Scotland.
Hang on a sec, there's a final penalty.
Penalty! Glenn to the touchline! Have Ireland made it over? One score's not enough. Heart in mouth for Scotland, but they have still held on. Well, the Irish are checking the score out with a referee, but they've been sent away. It is victory for Scotland. What a performance by the Scottish. One final moment just to light us up. A score in the corner, but it will remain a victory for the Scottish. They're through to the semi-final. Seb, what do you make of that one?
I think that was a really intense game. I think none of those players on the pitch wanted it to go to a drop-off, so both teams were really going for that extra edge in the final few minutes of that game, and Scotland came out on top.
What a performance by Scotland. Anthea, though, Ireland can still be proud of what they've done today.